Okay. Now we are on recording. All right. Good afternoon. On a kushe on a kabo. Now my name Timu John Fuller. Now me the host for the Wεll Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri program. When medical doctors them and practitioners from salon and they present this show to now. What I say from salon, I mean say I didn't be right now. No, they're based right across the world. We not know they get paid, but because of we left the country, and I make we bring this program to now. This program, dear me family, not to forgive personalized advice. These are for give general advice. We're not able to provide personal advice. The reason being not to say we don't want to do more, but we don't know on a medical history. So because of that, we're not able to be personal advice. If we want one-to-one advice, when I see on a medical practitioner, or if we contact you personally, we're able to dig a little bit more for to understand what you know on our background, what we don't happen before, we're able to give a bit of advice as to waiting for go ask the doctor, we go see the doctor. But still, we're not able to give a personal advice because we don't know the full story on a medical story. Okay, so before we start, I will go for introduce you now to the team because not to me and Fatima no more. They did at the show with the other people on the team. So I will go through that quick, then I go and do that to Auntie Fatima. Okay, as you can see today, now we 29th session. We done day now for just over 1 year. We start last year, and slowly but surely we don't go, and plenty thank you to all where they join me. Today we deal with maternal nutrition. Today the 30th of May 2021, and I miss Fatima Koroma and I present to you today. As we see a new product development technologies and registered nutritionist. I got for look because the name that long. I got for make sure that look like no mistake. But it will explain to you a little bit more what he will they about. But in a nutshell, he explain expertise now for looking to and give advice on we own black people and we own type of food, which kind of food that we for eat, how we for prepare, and we will get the best out of them because we get very good food. But the problem is sometimes they will not eat them in the right proportion or not prepare them properly. We eat them at the wrong time. So Fatima and I in your own down one day. Okay. Probably they say the show will begin within Greater Manchester, and at the salon organization of Greater Manchester, in be the champion the show. Okay, but as you can see, like we don't say before, we don't get people now right across the world. We join within the team. So as time goes on, we'll go from that transition, but we'll make one. Okay. And the initiative, like I said before, we don't know they get paid. We only do them out of the goodness of the heart for no type of benefit to people. Okay, within the team, we get Dr. Kamara, Dr. Mohammed Kamara, we maybe don't see him on CNN or him on BBC, ITV, and he get on different local shows them as well. Now we own a product of we own country we will be proud of, and also my birthday today. At the end, we will make sure to sing happy birthday for him. I promise you, we will. But basically, an emergency medicine consultant, Manchester, Naya. They are the Agbagba for the group, they are the lead for the group. Normally, when you get people and get that together, if you are letting go well, you need somebody for the on top. And also, this initiative from a begin from. Okay. Also, again, I'm Miss Wugia to Kamara, within our presence today. Now, a mental health, he qualifies as a mental health worker, but right now, he works as a health visitor. Normally, he talk to me about picking them, how to look after picking and stuff, and mental health issues. So if when I ask any question to the way relates to that, when I go, yeah, I think to get a part as well for play within this discussion to this one, I go, yeah. Dear me family, them while the presenter they present, I mute everybody. I forget to tell people in place. We will not allow questions during that time day. We will ask everybody for mute themselves. Okay. Then after where the presenter done, and I will get ample time for ask questions. But yeah, when they post the present, we'll go for left and let them do the okay. All right. Next person again, I'm Mr. Ibrahim Sise. We're a social worker and also a mental health advocate in our group. Normally people can get stigma when it comes to social work. They feel say, they wish they get involved now for take me picking and for seize advantage for me. But Mr. Sise for able enlighten we, let we understand because sometimes we will not understand certain things and make certain things they happen. But Mr. Sise now in our panel for able help with any kind of discussion in there. Okay. The next person, obviously, Fatima Koroma, will foresee a lot of today. But I will let him the question, I will let him let him say more about what in role they about and stuff like that. I will talk to him before he begin the presentation. Also, we can normally get Dr. Aziz Asise when I general practitioner. They get your show when I talk with Dr. Sise. In order not miss at the moment, not see it. But if you join me, I will make sure you know. You don't present to me in the past, so then the week you join me, I don't see. But if you join, I will make sure you know. Let's also get Namion Big Bro, Mohammed today, with a general practitioner, but when I say experience, you get a lot, and if you don't work in a salon. So we will be proud to say we get somebody we train in a salon. Whether who can work in this country, we will be very proud of that. He didn't now miss today. He gets some part for play within the presentation, so I will see a bit more of them. And you know, if we get any question at the end, we feel say keep add value, we will answer on that. Okay. Let's also get now Mrs. Aitata Buba. He just joined me. In the salon at the moment, but I also this. A mental health nurse and a social worker. At the moment, they work as a mental health nurse, but he qualify also as a social worker. It's in any connect to. I see and watch and they watch. I'm a plumber mate. So now what you will give me with the TikTok a little bit. Okay. Okay, the next person we'll get now Mrs. Fatmata Kamara. When I mental health nurse, I'm not sure if we deal to today. We'll be able to do in a week. If you join, I will make sure. The next person we'll get now Miss Aminata Jallo, with a clinical pharmacist in your role for teach me about medication. This kind of medicine for take, how for take, and what are the best way for look at them. You know, look after them. We get some bad habits, so then for the share medicine. You know, Aminata can normally explain to you how you can do anything and then how waiting for them, waiting up for them when it comes to medication. In order which we cannot see it, but if you join me, I will make sure you remember. Okay. Then you get me, Seth. I don't talk on before. I'm Tim John Fuller. I'm on our host. Unfortunately, that's when I see me to a medical practitioner. Being a business IT consultant, into information security, cyber security, data protection, project management, and business analysis. I role also now for help them people who don't learn boku, but help them for the council now and present this show in a way that will not go enjoy them. Also, now we miss today, we get a new member. We by God power by the next session. Instead of I see face now, Dr. Rashid. He is studying about Bulgaria at the moment, but by God power, at some point, if we get enough time towards the end, I will make it talk. You know, I will give maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Let's just say a little bit about it. If we're able to do it today, I will make sure we do that by the next show. Okay. And also, with Fambu, then we get 2 guests them today. We join with. We get a miracle. We get for our help present to it today, and we also get Dr. Julie. A miracle, a qualified nutritionist, and he's doing PhD at the moment. And we also get Dr. Julie, who is FD, therefore present to it today. So the family them, we're gonna see the extra new face, and people in the day that will guest today. So now we can hand on over to Auntie Fatima. We will take on through the session today. Family them, we are big. You can't say before, while in the present, we're not going to allow anybody to ask questions. But once they're done, we go left on a time for them to ask as many questions as we possibly can, and we'll try to answer. If you're able to answer them, we'll take them away and reach out to you personally. Thank you very much. Auntie Fatima, when you're ready, ma.
TM, sorry. Just to add to the introduction, the other member we joined with today, Dr. Christian Bell. So very warm welcome to Christian Bell and Dr. Rashid. We will get for Led and introduce yourself later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, just here. Dr. Bell, sorry I miss you. I mean, I allowed so many people in, so I miss you. But towards the end, I will make sure when I give like 1 minute introduction of myself, please. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Auntie Fatima, when you're ready, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. On a good evening. My name is Fatima Koroma. I'm the registered nutritionist for the Wεll Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri. Today, I can talk about maternal nutrition, as Uncle John Bidon said. I specialize on Black minority ethnic group them. So we Black people them, the nutrition way them they for eat, and the food them way them they for limit. So the maternal nutrition, a big topic. So I invite Miracle, Rotimi, where they do the PhD paper. So you can talk. And then I get me supervisor who be supervise me on my undergraduate and the postgraduate degree where I do at Liverpool John Moores. If you want to ask any question to him, when I ask him at the end of the session. And then I also bring in Uncle Dr. Toure, who don't work in a salon. So Naingo can talk as well about the situation within a salon about maternal nutrition. Okay, So now today in presentation, the discussion points where I go can touch man. Now waiting at the term maternal nutrition, waiting in me. Then the other part, now the problem where the pregnant Black woman them within the face now the UK and also not Salone. The other thing where they can talk.
They talk about that Wεll Bɔdi program.
The other thing where they can talk about now the food.
Yeah, mute everybody apart from the speaker, please.
Thank you. And then the other thing where they can touch upon now keeping good habits then, so eat the right thing then where on the get belly. And also the food, vitamins, minerals before they get belly, during the belly, and after they don't give birth. And then also we get a bit of overview on the mental health in belly women then and how they affect them. Okay, so my motto always now prevention better pass cure. Then they mean now, let's say, Wεll Bɔdi Bεttεh pass Gentri. So it better mark when I prevent the disease rather than when I go find the cure. So then they always my motto, prevention better than cure. Okay, so waiting at maternal nutrition. Maternal nutrition, now the nutrition need them where the woman they forget before you get the belly, during the belly, and then after you don't give birth. So at the beginning, right at the beginning, when I therefore understand how the nutritional status of the woman, they affect all the other stages then, okay? So before the conception, during the belly, and then after when you don't give birth. So when the maternal nutrition matter and why it matter and when it matter? The maternal nutrition is important at all stages of the woman in pregnancy, okay? Especially right before the time where it don't get belly, because it's really important that the woman they understand waiting at the nutritional balance of the mother, because then they're important for the later part and important also for the woman in health and the outcome where they get in a pregnancy. Why? So waiting make. If when I not get the good nutrition, when I not the exercise one or moderately, then also the hormonal changes where the body they go through when you get belly, then they cause difficulty in the pregnancy and they get bad outcome later on in life. So for example, if I get lifestyle where I smoke, when I drink beaucoup, where when I not get the good diet or when I know they sleep as well, or when I get any stress, then they go give bad outcome in the pregnancy. And also, then get study them where done show say if the woman not gets good diet, it could cause later problem them for the pikin. So it could get high chance of get cardiovascular disease, obesity, and diabetes. So now make it really important, Mark, when I understand each stage and each thing where I therefore look after before when they conceive and during as well, and then after. So now I can introduce the PhD student, Miracle Rotimi. So in the study about the Black woman them in the UK, where they die when they give birth, okay? So in the one of the first people the way they do the research paper with Dr. Julie Abayomi, who the supervisor, okay, then one of the first research papers where they can look on waiting Black women and then they eat where go affect them and the pregnancy outcome where then they get. So I really glad the way I able to get them for come and talk. So I can bring them in. It go can in a Nigerian city. It go can talk the pidgin. So we glad you wanna welcome them. Miracle, if you did it, please you can come in. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Fatima. Good evening in our community. My name is Miracle to me. As Fatima don't talk, I be PhD student for University for UK. And my research look at Black women get belly, and how the nutrition where they get during pregnancy they affect them, how they exercise, whether they exercise or not during pregnancy, and how their weight they change throughout the time when they get belly. Now, waiting my research they do be that. And the reason why they focus on Black women for UK be say research don't show say for Black women they 5 times more likely to die during pregnancy, and even 6 weeks after they don't born finish, they see they at risk to die compared to white women with the UK. And you go feel say maybe this one not too bad, like 5 times no much, if you take 100 women, okay, we get belle. One woman, white woman go die. But 5 women, they black, will be black women go die. And that one not too good because if you look at how many we dey UK, black people for UK now minority, we know too many like that. So why will they die like this? And also another problem, make me they focus on black women, say they don't talk, say black women for UK, they get plenty problem during pregnancy, like diabetes or heart problem or hypertension compared to white women with the UK. So now wetin make my research very important with that. And people come dey ask, say wetin dey cause this inequality? Why black women dey die like this? Why black women dey get all this kind of problem during pregnancy? So some people don't talk, say if it be genetics, maybe them born them like that, or maybe don't get too much money, they don't feel buy correct food, they don't feel afford health services. But the two reasons where people don't suggest the reason for this inequality be one, now the ones where they look at this. First one access to maternity services. This one the help wey dem dey give women wey get belle for UK. And they don't talk, say sometimes black women for UK no dey understand the English or the language where the doctors dem talk to them, they speak to them. So black women, if you go hospital now, she go say, this place they pay me, or I want advice on this kind of thing. But the doctor no go understand. Nobody dey there to explain the thing where the woman they talk. And so misunderstanding go dey. And sometimes the doctor say go, they give the woman advice, make she chop this thing, make she do this one. But she no go understand. So everything go just, scatter. She no go know what she want to do during pregnancy. So that one na one problem. Another time they say sometimes black women know they know the kind of service wey dey for them during pregnancy. Maybe she just come UK, she no know the kind of thing where she supposed to do during pregnancy. She no know say she supposed to go hospital or this kind of thing dey for her, make she do. No. Or sometimes she don't dey for UK, but she never get belle before. So this is not the first time, and she no really know anything they available for her. So all these problems, sometimes they talk, say racism, say black woman go come say, this thing they pay me, I dey feel this kind of thing for my body. The doctor, the midwife just dismiss them, say that they do you, abi they lie, or they too talk your own, you don't too much, so they exaggerate and they go. So all these kind of problems dey for maternity services. The second one where they say if it cause this inequality now, existing mobilities. That one the health problem with the person body before they get belle. So some black women don't already get heart problem, don't already get hypertension or diabetes, but they don't know say they get them because they know they go hospital go check up. So by the time they can't get belle, the thing will come out because pregnancy be like stress for body. So the thing will just complicate everything, complicate the whole process of pregnancy. So that one not too good. Okay, they don't talk, say black women as they enter the belle season like this, they 67% of us don't already dey overweight. That means we say we don't already get plenty weight for body, and that's a cause problem for pregnancy and even for the pikin and the mother during pregnancy. So e good make we dey go check ourselves before pregnancy. If you want get belle, go hospital, go check yourself, go see wetin dey your body, go see if you fit treat am, if you manage am, make you know the thing wey dey do you. So e good may you also not get too much weight. And then sometimes some black women no be say they're too big before they get belle. By the time they come get the belle, they come they chop too much. They don't get to do exercise during pregnancy. And that one to get the same problem where you get too much weight before pregnancy they cause. So if they affect the black woman wey get belle, you go get hypertension wey they start during pregnancy, or she can get diabetes where they start during pregnancy. And that one too, they also affect the pikin. The pikin fit come be big. And then when it don't reach for the time when she born the pikin, then say, this pikin don't too big, make we do operation, bring out the pikin. That one CS, when they call them. All these things get problem, and even the child self, when they don't born and finish, get risk to they develop problem for future because of that plenty weight where you don't get. So it good maybe they watch the thing where we chop and the exercise where we do. And they don't talk, and research don't talk, say if you chop during pregnancy, get good nutrition, exercise, thing fit reduce the risk of gaining too much weight during pregnancy. But research again don't talk, say minority group for UK, including us black people, now we know they do too much exercise. Now we know they chop fruits and vegetables too much. We know they get good nutrition. They talk say they chop too much salt. We know they eat fruits and vegetables. They chop food. We know get nutrients, but they get plenty fat, which no good for us. They talk say people wey don dey for UK, or maybe dem born dem for UK, black people wey don dey for UK, then they get bad behavior, bad poor nutrition when you look compared to people wey dem just dey come to the UK. So e no good make we when we land for UK, make we just eat anything, dey chop anything. Make we watch the thing wey we dey chop when we come UK. Make we dey eat fruit and vegetables, eat healthier things. So for US and all these things, no study don really focus on black women. Nobody don say na black women, for black women na wetin dem dey chop be this. Never really talk am like that for UK. So my research dey look at wetin black women dey chop. We go fit help them. And people don dey talk say make we help these people, make we do intervention, make we make we help them do program wey go improve these outcomes for them, make dem no dey die like this. But we never even know the exact thing wey dey do this our people. We don't know whether they dey eat well, whether they know they eat well. We don't know. So now wetin my research dey do with that. But they follow the women throughout pregnancy to check whether they get good nutrition all throughout the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. We dey check their physical activity, whether they dey do exercise, whether they dey waka every day, all those kind of things. And you also check whether they dey gain weight, how the weight they dey gain be, whether it's too much, it's too small. Now wetin my research be that. And hopefully my research will find a solution to this problem wey dey ground for UK concerning black women. And for my research, the time where we dey call people, they help us do this research never come yet. But I hope say people organizers here, when the time come, go fit help us announce say time don reach. So women wey dey around Liverpool side or Merseyside area get belle that time, go fit help us, maybe find solution to this problem. Thank you, Sister Fatima. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. So as you don't say, when Miracle in research, they go to the stage where they for collect data. If una get interest for help we go pass the details on, so we go able for get more people them where we go struggle for find boku belle woman then we go able for do the research. So if we're not able for help, bear in mind I go talk and back na the session them, but please wanna help with community for investigate this matter. Okay, thank you. Now they can talk, get Uncle Dr. Ture for can talk about the problem that's alone. So we get one of the highest mortality rates. So that means say Bokua we women then they die during childbirth. 1 in 17, then the risk for then the risk death, okay, before then they even give birth. So 1,165 deaths per 100,000 live births. Then a Boku woman then where then they die during childbirth and after childbirth. So please, Uncle Dr. Ture, if you just come explain within your perspective, within you see where you'd be the wokeness alone. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Uncle Dr. Ture, you there? Sometimes you need for unmute.
All right, thank you. Now you unmute me. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, sorry. So thank you so much, Fatima, for bringing this, this topic here. Very, very much important for we community as well. As you don't clearly highlight here, the number of people where they die, in a salon because of pregnancy or pregnancy-related problem is very high. Now we get the highest in the world. Only Chad or South Sudan are the normal pathway, but we in Nigeria we're around the same range, and so which means like like the figure we put here, 1,162 people and they die out of 100,000 people that we get belle or within 42 days we don't get anything relating with pregnancy. Now, if you take country like Finland or Greece, only 2 people will die out of that number. in the UK now, like 7 out of that number, after 100,000. So this means that so many things that where we they do in our country, we probably may not help. Now we know, like how Miracles talk, say we get so many comorbidities in with communities, things like diabetes, hypertension. We people, they know they even go see doctor. The people away there within Freetown, where maybe middle class or upper class people, then they go see doctor. Even before they get pregnant, and even during pregnancy, then they routinely go see the gynecologist. And with the midwife with them born. So then people need them be look after. But majority of the people then will go and get diabetes. We're very common now we come community because of maybe the type of food we they eat, and also hypertension high because of the type of food we they eat. And so then people and then they go see doctor. Now you don't get pregnancy, waiting at the complication, waiting at the reason why they get most of this death is basically around complication due to pregnancy. And people who get diabetes, the high tendency for when they get picking, they picking big, when they call a big baby. They picking really big, they head big more than the normal picking for somebody who get diabetes. So when they're picking and then they come now, woman and they want to go into labor, then they get obstructed labor. And most of the women there after labor, then they get hemorrhage, what they call them postpartum hemorrhage, when are the most common cause of people where they die out of within pregnancy na salon. And so denting and when they happen, when you get hemorrhage, they happen na emergency, now something where they need for deal with within an hour or less than an hour. The woman will need for get blood transfusion and all them things, and the person where they within the settings, hospital settings, Freetown, yes, then go able for salvage them situation in there. But if you take somebody where they say now the upline side, where for let it go even go na hospital na waka the waka, if that person don't get obstructed labor, where if you get obstructed labor day now in the provinces, the traditional birth attendants them, now then they deal with the situation in there. And then now they go into the party, then get for the cesarean section, then they force the woman say, if I born this speaking here. And in that case, something then go jump on top of the woman, tell the woman you get for call name, you get for talk this, you don't get something for talk, all them things. And they, if he gets so again, don't forget the uterus, they rupture. When they go a ruptured uterus. So then in a day, when they get a torrential bleeding internally, we know they for subscribe. And the other thing where they happen again, people who don't talk about hypertension, basically people who get hypertension, they get eclampsia or pre-eclampsia fit around pregnancy. If it happen upline, then in a day, they know they able to get somebody where they salvage the situation and they. And again, we'll get people when they do abortion. Instead of then go to the right channel, right hospital, somebody we know, then they go meet somebody around the corner where something that person they out of we culture, they don't want let people they know say they pull belly, or for some reason, for some finance reason, they go meet them people and they, and by the time way they can't meet the proper person now, the time don't late. So with all of this wire, we find out say, yeah, finance they play a role, but if we, like how Fatima say, we say prevention better than cure. If the woman able to get good health, good nutrition, where they help in blood pressure, where they help in diabetes, where they help them become healthy, become less anemic, all in things, and they help them for less. Sometimes not even will need medication, it will get through smooth delivery. So I'm sure Fatima will talk more on the nutritional side. So I will let you continue that discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Dr. Fantastic. So, waiting at the solution to the problem. Well, one of the things then where we therefore understand, if when they begin to incorporate a healthy diet and healthy lifestyle, 1 year before when they conceive, before the woman they get the belly, then they go increase the chances of better outcome we go get for when they give birth, and also during the pregnancy go get less complication. So that's not so normal for the woman, therefore follow this diet or healthy lifestyle. Also the man therefore use in willpower to change in diet and also in lifestyle, so you could get a higher quality sperm as well, so a higher, you know, healthy lifestyle for the pikin. Okay, so then they're really important. So as we don't come and talk about in this session, we don't talk on waiting they cause the high cholesterol now with diet, where they increase the chance of cardiovascular disease then now with community, and the chance of diabetes and the chance of obesity. Okay, so wait till we there for cut out. Now the fatty meats then where we highly consume now with food then. So like cow food, hog food, things like that, when I therefore reduce them because they get high cholesterol, they increase your cholesterol as they get high saturated fats, where they increase. As you know, say, we've done talking at the session then, with the already produced we own cholesterol. So if you add more, it cause more complication in your body. Another thing where we consume bakuna we diet now the full fat milk. Now then the normal for the pikin, then I then for consumer. But for the adults, then especially in the UK, now the red tap milk now they for consume, or the green one as well. Then they get less fat and eat healthier. Also the dense milk them, all these milk them way high in sugar, high in fat, we therefore reduce them. Okay. The other thing, not the refined sugar. We know they consume sugar way not highly processed. So the whole one, for example, you could use sugar way derived from coconut sugar, date sugar, way healthier. Even though it's not better, it's healthier. Okay, so you know, it's not better. You therefore moderate them still. So you know they stay for better, whatever. But they reduce the chances of diabetes and so on. Okay. The other thing where we know they understand our community now, the added sugar where they the food them way with they consume, especially in abroad now the UK or abroad Europe. They check the label then where you get behind the food. You know waiting how much then don't put sugar, then don't add the sugar where they already. So for example, the fruit them, some dry fruit them then get added sugar. So you could think say they eat something way healthy, but it's not necessarily healthy because they don't add sugar for now. So then the importer mark when I check the labels then, and the UK then don't introduce a long time ago the red traffic light system where they're able to make you understand whether the sugar content high. So when you see red, no add them, reduce them, no use them too much. You know say it high in sugar. The other thing, now the way we the cook, so when we the add salt fish, you know say the fish already gets salt, then on top of that, you go add more salt banana. Or would they use monosodium glutamate, then the guinea maggi, where would they use? Then they're not good for the health. If they raise your high blood pressure, if they also give you the higher chance for you get cardiovascular disease like stroke. And also, if they give you headache and not good for your mental health as well, and they make the food addictive. So bad food, they make it addictive. Okay. The other thing where we don't talk extensively in this show, now the way we prepare with food them. So instead for fry thing then, macro griller, then they reduce the fat where you add by the food. Or also the way with the also overcook the food. So it reduce the nutrients where then at the food. So you could think say they eat the plastas where it gets full range of vitamin then. It gets full range of minerals. But because you overcook them, you know they get the best out of them. So then they make you they become deficient in boku minerals and vitamins now in our body. So really important. So now I can talk about the food them and vitamins and minerals where when I therefore eat before the they get the belly, during when they get the belly, and then after when I don't give birth. So before the one get belly, important makuna understand that folate, which is the natural resource of the food, and then folate, now the man-made version of folate. Then the really important, this vitamin is really important because if we are not getting before they conceive, it increase the chance for what they call then the spine and spinal cord where they're not developed now the picking. So if I not get done there, it creates that problem later on when they get the picking. So waiting you're gonna consume where it gets high folate. So folate not the natural source one. So as I be done say in previous one, the previous session, okra, because people don't know, it gets good folate source. but it's not as high. So now make them they ask for Makuna get the supplements. So if they go to the antenatal clinics or when they consult on a GP them, we go tell you how much and how long when they for take them. But generally speaking, the population, then they advise that the UK for take folic acid, the synthetic form, so the man-made form, and that now 400 mg now that they could take micrograms now on they for take before on they can get belly before they conceive. Then also because we get cool people, then the Black woman, then they suffer with anemia. So the iron, lack of iron at the door. So then from there, when I go able for understand, say, I need for take supplements and UGP or recommend them. Okay. So the other thing way important during the before you they get pregnant, even for the Black people them again, as we don't take the stable kuna this session them, the vitamin D. Vitamin D is important for heart health, it's important for bone health, and it's also important for fight infection. So when I get the COVID session, I'll be touched upon that day as well. So vitamin D, because we black people them, the source where you they get them boku na the sun. So the food them where they able for eat, then get them, but it's not as high. The best source now from the sun. So the food them where you go able for eat now yogurt, which fortified, so fortified yogurt where then they add the vitamin D banam, so that's the synthetic form. But the other food them we get are eggs, but they not get high level of them. So now they always recommend to take 10 micrograms of vitamin D supplementation, because the dark skin not they're able for the sun not they're able for penetrate, especially in the UK. So na salon when I get sun, so you get sun all year round, so the boku sun there. But now yeah, where we not get sun, it really advisable not gonna take 10 micrograms of supplements. If I'm not sure, consult on a GP them, go to the pharmacy could tell you now wait on a day for take. But because we're not able to produce them well enough because the sun not there now this country, it's advisable gonna take them. Okay, so which kind of food them we're not going able for eat during pregnancy? So during pregnancy, the vitamins and minerals when I therefore take is really important during this time, because when I therefore understand say now both you begin and Yusuf now they forget the optimal health now in our body. One, so that the Pekin when you born, gets no sort of defect, gets no sort of chance of get all the disease that we are done say cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity. So important Makuna look on a nutrition. So it really important Makuna take food them from a variety of sources them. So not a normal for stick to cassava leaf, not a normal sticks to plantain. When I add other protein them inside the food them, because protein then don't say if you get low protein now on a now during non-pregnancy, it affect the growth of the baby. So especially in salon, I understand say sometimes not every man go able to afford meat then, like we do, like we say now where they abroad. So what they recommend if you're not able to get legume them, so the legumes where not able for such they were available, beaucoup of we food them, get beaucoup vitamins, get beaucoup protein where we know no self. So if we're not able for take a variety of them, we're not go able for match than there. The other thing way important now iodine. So iodine is really important now the diets during pregnancy, because if they produce hormone then within the increase the thyroid, the fetal thyroid, so the beginning thyroid. And thyroid is really important as it basically it regulates them. So the iodine they regulate the thyroid regulation, and that thyroid is really important for your metabolism, so the way the body they actually break down the food, because the food go able to turn into giant energy that your body. So really important. Makuna include iodine in your diet. So the sources them, the food sources them we get iodine. Now normally shellfish, so like crab, crayfish, also prawn them. But when I therefore be careful self with how much when they eat them, because they get high mercury, and mercury they also affect the pekin. so the nervous system and the mental growth. So and I therefore make sure that again when they eat and moderately, not to not they exaggerate the amount when they eat. Okay. The other food them way high in iodine as well now, dairy products, so like milk, cheese, things like that. When I go able to forget iodine, then good sources of iodine did this as well. The other important vitamin we I need during pregnancy, now calcium. So calcium, as we know, it increases bone, okay, but it also regulates cholesterol. So if you know, not say already with the produce the cholesterol with herself in our body, a good way you get pregnant for regulate that day, because as we don't say, as miracle we don't touch upon, we get higher chance of getting obesity. We get obesity before we don't get belly. So if you're able to manage your cholesterol through calcium, then that's now better outcome for the pregnancy and for the pekin in later life. So the food them again, we get high calcium, dairy products, so milk and other various dairy products like cheese and so on. But now the UK waiting, then they also recommend if when they take supplements, when I therefore increase them normally for when they take 50 micrograms, when I therefore increase them to 330. Okay, but of course, again, if you're not sure how much I therefore take, consult on a GP or go to the antenatal care team or any other health professional. It will direct you on how much I therefore take. Okay, and also, you know, the bone health of the pekin is increased, so better outcome for the pekin as well. The other thing where then they say now for increased vitamin A, now the pregnancy, during the pregnancy, the vitamin A therefore increase some, but when I not therefore take the supplements, because if when the supplement of when they overeat vitamin A, food them will get vitamin A, if they then research there which shows say if when they overconsume them, it will get bad effects on the pekin, so it will give some sort of birth defects. So when I therefore limit and not supplement them with don't take supplements. When I say supplements, now the pill them way when I buy the supermarkets. Okay, so again, when I consult on a GP, so when I know waiting when I therefore limit during a pregnancy, and also the health professional way when I talk to. The other thing, so vitamin A, waiting when I go able for eat, we get high in vitamin A. So now the food them we get that orange color because then high in beta carotene. Beta carotene it link with vitamin A. So the food them we get orange color so that you get like your sweet potato, you get on a mangoes, on a pawpaw, all these things then then get good source of vitamin A. The other thing, now we beloved red palm oil, so red palm oil, for people that we don't know. Then they with the overconsume, and as I don't tell you now that even the woman then I be specifically mentioned then say research show that if when they overconsume red palm oil, if they do the adverse effects, if they high your cholesterol, if they high you chance for get cardiovascular disease, even though a good oil because it gets vitamin E, where they help for brain health. So then a good thing where you get, and also high in the B carotene as well. And you also get antioxidant properties where they fight disease as well. But as I say, too much of anything is bad. So when I limit them, when I decrease the use of them, not overuse them. And it also high in good unsaturated fats. So a good level of the fat, them good fats, as I've done talk in the past session, them, you know, one for use good fats where they reduce the cholesterol in our body, not one way they add them. Okay. So again, the increase in vitamin A now the food them now and therefore eat, clarify them, and also the actual supplementation, okay, because then they a bad thing for the pekin. So and be wary of that. And no consume liver. Now the UK then they really recommend pregnant women then stay away from liver product because they get high content of vitamin A. So now be careful with that there. Okay, so also waiting when I therefore eat after when I'm pregnant as well. So after when I don't give birth, after when I don't give birth. So it's really important that, you know, they celebrate the woman then now we African tradition where then they breastfeed. Okay, it's really good for the pekin them to get this nutrition from the mama. But also, if when they breastfeed, when I therefore realize that if when they give the breast milk, the quality therefore high. So if when they eat food them way not so good, then, you know, when I different understand, say that especially the people then where they're abroad, or even the people where they na free on, where they get that westernized diets, where they consume food them, where high in fat, high in sugar, high in salt, and so on, it affects the Pekin incessef, it affects them. So when I therefore understand, say that if when I not get good diets, then they also pass back in the Pekin. So when on the after when I don't give birth, when our body don't go on full stress. So which one I therefore also bear in mind. So which one I therefore bear in mind? And I therefore bear in mind say that the body therefore regenerates the cell them. So vitamin C is really good for do down there as if they repair and they grow the cell them back again, as the body don't go through a lot of stress. So it therefore regenerate, it therefore come strong again. So waiting at the food then we go eat, where then our community where they consume again. Now guava high in vitamin C, pawpaw, African cherry, all them food them there go increase the vitamin C, like your body the good sources of vitamin C, and also citrus fruit them like grapefruit and you know, lemon when they add them when I drink them, and also, you know, oranges, all them things then they when I go able for consume and get good sources of vitamin C. Also, because one of the big things then where they cause death, the high mortality rates for the woman them, that's alone, and because they get anemia, as I've been done say, so they get low iron in the body. So then when they bleed out, then they use all that iron, they cause, then they decrease the chances then. So when they consume food then way high in vitamin C, and when they consume food then way high in iron, so like your cassava leaf, all green leaf, then dark green leafy vegetables, where they consume, so like crane, cassava leaf, all these green one them, that green one them, then get high in iron, they're high in iron. So if when they consume the high food then we get iron, and you know they consume the vitamin C they're able for the iron for absorb better in the body. So then you could get better chance for manage the bleeding when they bleed as well. So really important for the people that are salon, Makuna continue for eat the indigenous food them we want to get, because you get good vitamins, but if you use a good variety as well, you go able for manage down there as well. For the people where they abroad, as I don't say, is all about limiting the thing that we're not good for we. So again, if you're gonna get vitamin C, good for the iron as well, because I know say Boku woman then even Naya then gets anemia, then they suffer with anemia. Okay, so the other thing as well, now whole grain them, so now therefore consume good whole grain them. So then you brown rice, you cereal them, you other thing them when I get salon as well, then get fonio, all the ancient grain then when I una granny then una grandpa and all them way when they eat, when I not put them to the side, when I consume them. But the people then when they abroad use all these different one, not a normal white rice. When I use whole food them, because then they're high in fiber, and in the media then don't talk say you got health is really important. So you know the good bacteria within you belay when I therefore increase them. So the fiber is good for you gut health, for the bacteria with the good bacteria within you on a belay, and then they're also able to prevent disease. So if you just imagine if you got health good all the way throughout the before and during and after the you don't give birth, then they go decrease the disease, but also you picking go get, because if they pass the milk to them, also then they go decrease the disease them we go get in later life. It can make them, you know, even smarter. The breast milk is good. The other thing where I be one touch upon as well during the breast milk situation, now Boku we people then the things say that the first milk is not good. In fact, then they get the best nutrition. So it really advisable makunagi, and so now make they say if una they get the good nutrition, it go able for manage than they. Then I get then touch upon as well vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is good as well for mental health. So the mental and physical health is the strengthening. Okay, so the food them way good for that day. Now all the cereal them we wanna get. So if I eat the different cereal them I don't talk about, and also sesame seed them. So we know say we the consumer as Benny. Then the good as well. Beni also, because they fermented, as I don't touch upon, then the fermented food them are good for the gut health as well. Again, way they decrease the disease. So then they are good food them we're not able for take and add. The other thing we're not there for manage as well, now the fluid them. When I drink plenty of fluid, but water are the best one. Okay, I know say when I go able for drink juice, but juice as well, and I therefore be careful of the high content of the sugar way there, or even abroad now, over processed, you know, you get then they add thing then, but then so when I therefore be careful, you get high sugar and stuff like so. So I therefore be careful, make it be the most fresh one, the best version of them. Okay. And then the other thing as well, I know say when I don't give a lot, or when I don't tire, when I need something where they uplift now as combraden. So vitamin B15, then they stimulate energy. So they stimulate good energy in the body. So the food them we get high in vitamin B15, sorry. Now, Beni, pumpkin seed, brown rice, and again, whole grain them, then good. The other thing where we want to touch upon as well, now we food them, we process them. If we add all variety of this vegetable where we get abroad and where we get in a salon, as I said, when I go able for balance on a diet, when I go able for actually get all the round of the vitamins where I need now in our body. Okay, which other advice we are go able for give now? So during the pregnancy, as we don't say, the lifestyle when they get, and before, during and after, really important. So we therefore completely avoid any tobacco, now your lifestyle, any alcohol, and any addictive substances, because this then they affect the pekin and they affect your body. The other thing, now with community, we get this behavior where we the things say if fine for share prescribed medication. So the prescribed medication are the one way the doctor don't give you. It's not good making to do that, especially when on a get belay. Especially when I get belay, even before I get the belay, but especially when I get belay, and even after, because it affect the pekin, you don't know it affects you, but it also go affect the pekin. It go get bad outcome. So now it really advisable. I'm gonna stick to the drug then and medication where the doctor don't prescribe on, not for share prescription. Okay. The other thing where beaucoup people in our community know, or sometimes they don't ever get this idea. Now for space the pregnancy, so the pelé, when I did for space because when our body don't go through beaucoup stress already, the nutrients as well, then don't deplete, so they don't go down. So you therefore allow your body to go back to the way it be before when I get the belay. So it's advisable waiting they advise that on the space and for at least 2 years in between each belay when they get. So your body go able for rejuvenate, you go able for take the stress way if they go through again, it go able for maintain, it go able for take Okay, as I don't touch upon again, our community they breastfeed exclusively already. I know say then they do so, and then a really good thing. As I don't say, really important. Makuna not throw away the first part of the breast milk where they come out way yellow, and they say, oh, because you get that color, not a good one, but in fact it gets the best high fat content where they food the beginning belly. Okay, so if you increase the good food them as well, you could give the higher chance of the best nutrients within that breast milk. That breast milk also they get good antibodies. They match the mammine antibodies. Okay, so then antibodies then they're able for fight off infection. They're able for fight off disease. Also, then get research where show say if they continue for breastfeed you pekin, yeah, it also increase in capability, so in brain, so they get research where they're clever, then they say then they're more clever, so then get great benefits. So now mona abroad then get this conception for say that I know they're able for pool milk, so now make a therefore gian therefore breastfeed them, but also therefore pool bottle for gian. They really recommend say, if we're not able and consult people, then we go able for help when I no say on a granny, no say waiting it there for do. So they go able to advise on how to do one, but especially in a community, I know say Boku woman that then do one, so continue for do one because they get the best health for your Pekin then, and you go able to gain the best health outcomes later in life. So breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. The other thing, especially in a salon, as Uncle Dr. Turebi don't touch upon, it's really important Makuna able to attend this antenatal clinic regularly. And that you're not also able to go to the nearest facility where you're not able to get when on another feel well, because it's really important Makuna make sure when they get checked. So when I know say anything where go wrong, when I go able for prevent them, anything when they go right, when the doctor them, the people then they go able for let when I know what they for do. Also, when I continue to take malaria medicine as prescribed, again, we'll consult on a doctor, them GP, then well, this one as alone, sorry, so not a GP, but on a doctor that where they there. And I'll say no, but not all man get this, then they're able to get this, but Makuna support with people then, make we support on ourselves, okay? Because it's really important. The other thing, now for completely exclude tea and coffee now in a pregnancy, because the high content of caffeine is not advisable for the Pekin and it's not advisable for pregnancy as well. It cause problem them pregnancy. So always we tell people them to avoid them. And also with the vitamin C, if when therefore take that vitamin C through the food them when they eat off and therefore supplement them in the UK. The coffee and the tea, it gets some products called tannin where they reduce the absorption of the iron. The vitamin C as well, the vitamin C, sorry. So then the iron not go able to absorb properly because, it stop the vitamin C. So it's really important as well, so ultimately then they say Makuna not take them all together, but also it's good for bear in mind when I don't give birth to the Pekin, that then they cause, blockage of the iron when I get as well, they able to build on our iron stores. Okay, and the other thing now for eat a variety of available food them, make sure that they consume all the food them way available in the salon, and then make sure when I not stick normal for the food them way on a sabi, when I stick to also other food them way we get where when I declass them say na weight man food, not a weight man food. Now they understand say that the food them way good. When the European food them, include them as well. Change the diets when they eat, but pick the good one, left the bad one, because they do nothing for our health. Okay? So now they can't bring Auntie Rugi, where we can talk about the mental health and how it affects belly woman then, and also what you know in field on what you see and what woman then need for support. You can talk briefly about that there. So Auntie Rugi, if you're available there, please, if you come in, I'm really grateful. Thank you.
I don't know which name Auntie Ruby they use today.
Oh,
we go to see we can hear this. I'm not trying for one meeting and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Fatima. Now, with all waiting, Fatima don't talk, and the other speakers them waiting they don't talk about maternal nutrition. It's very important as well for us to think about the parents, the Kumra in mental health, because in many cases, especially like in Africa, even Ayaso, a lot of people them before they get belay, they can don't get some people that can get mental health already. Now, if before you go, you remember for get belay, if fine for like you go to your GP, if now Africa, we not know who that gets mental health, who not get mental health. Then the difficulty. But if anybody gets sort of can't get belay, then he experience mental health, like they experience depression or anxiety, it's fine for let them support them as much as possible. Now, when we talk about mental health, if you think about Africa, where some people they do not get money, they not get food, they get mental health problem, they do not get enough food for it, for let their body thrive. So let alone then get the baby back, the baby self not go thrive. And the brain are the most important organ there in the body. The other part, every part of the organs in the body is very important, but the brain, the powerhouse. Now they tell we everything, now they control we anything what they do. Now the brain, now they control it. Just like how Dr. Kamara, Dr. Ture, Dr. Kamara, all mommy don't talk. Now the most important thing is when they talk so if you get mental health problem, that you stress during pregnancy, the hormone, that stress hormone, then they call it the stress level hormone, it pass to the pikin. 90 makes on 10 days, some pikin, the way they born them, they're very, very sort of, then they jump all the time because they're very anxious, just like how the mama themselves anxious. The environment where the kumara day instead will cause that problem day. Then if the brain back, if the kumara they eat better, you not get better food for like you go there, the baby cell will get that enough nutrients like what if Fatima don't talk, then that they mean for say the brain not go develop the way it need for develop, where the pikin born in later life, it will create sort of psychological issues then for the pikin, because in brain not develop enough, you not get that nutrient. Then when the kumara don't born, waiting go happen. The kumara gets mental health problem. And we as mortal man, we are social being. As soon as them born that pikin they look for a mama in face. Now, if you can get mental health problem, then the pikin they look you face always sad. You face normal for look after you normal for all you pikin. They feel guilty. That pikin they say the communication way forget between you and that communication between the kumara and the pikin is very, very important, because now they make the pikin develop, now they make the pikin in brain develop. As Fatima don't talk, that breastfeeding is very important as well. And that first milk way they give, that colostrum is very, very important as well for that pikin they get So with people in a salon, the kumara then, the woman then, the man themselves, please, if your wife get belly, it born, that first milk they please, no, let the kumara no, let it not pull and program, tell and say na bad boy. Are the most important milk down the other pikin they need. So with mental health, everything Fatima don't talk, everything old man don't talk, very good nutrition and very good mental health, and the support where the kumara will get is very, very important for not just for the kumara, but for the pikin in later life, so they now would develop psychological problems them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Auntie Ruki. Thank you. So as we don't see, everything important, not a number one thing where we there for focus span is a range of things then where they affect belly woman then. So we therefore understand all parts, and we therefore join and collaborate for able for support each other then. Okay, so in me show them, they always bring this one. This now me supervisor, Dr. Julia Bayomi, now be bring down to one of me lecture them, and always thinks in a great representation of waiting we as Black people then therefore eat. This now the Benin table of waiting we therefore include more and waiting we therefore limit. So as you can see, look, the top bits then are the food then where we therefore limit, and the thing that where we therefore add more, and the other thing then where I don't talk upon. So again, I'm gonna visualize them, I'm gonna see waiting I therefore increase more. And then I will continue to eat the balanced diet, varied diet, is really important. And especially for belly woman, because when I know say waiting when they eat go affect when I begin then later on in life. And they also when I also therefore improve on our health before when they get belly, so they reduce the bad outcome when they get in a pregnancy. So it's me references them. I want to thank all una for joining we talk today. And then if una want to ask any question them now, we go able for ask even on Dr. Julie Abayomi, he say go gladly for answer anyone a question them. And also for Miracle, if I get any question them for when I ask them about in study or anything like that, they go more than happy for answer when I question them. But thank you again for on our time today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Fatima. Thank you very much for everybody who don't patiently don't listen. I thank you very much for wanna join. Thank you very much to Dr. Wutimi, well, Dr. Toby, Dr. Julie, and all the panelists there. And I thank you very much. Now, the floor open for questions. When I can either use the function within the tool for raising my hand when I want to ask question, or when I can raise them up physically and I go try for basically it will be first come first serve. So if I see you and then I will go to you. So unfortunately, if I don't see you quick, you're not missing, I ignore you. So any questions, feel free for ask. Okay, when you ask question, I will try for unmute you because we don't want to let people, somebody in a noisy background when as I see before. People and they talk within, while possibly presenting a bit. So basically, what we don't learn today, we don't learn a lot. Some of the good things they would do back home, they will continue for doing. I breastfeeding. Some of who lucky, I know how long I talked about before. I not say the person laugh me, but yes, I talked about it for a while. I tell God thank you for that. Maybe I make the small sense why I get it. But yes, some of them things they would do back home is really good for us continue for doing. Also, the family support will get back home. We don't get naya we born picking. I can't finish 1 or 2 hours because go. But what's very important is that for let we cherish the foods and we'll get back home and let we learn how to prepare them food and different get the best benefit out of them. I'm not like for so food they're not good, like they're good. But something they back like how they prepare them, something like how they consume them. Another problem back will get is money. Sometimes they wish you got give money. Most of week in the back home, we feel say because we don't get more money, we'll get the level for go shop in the supermarket and begin buy imported foods. It not necessarily means the imported one is good. You get the local one, we get all the nutrients you need. But we just get to know how to prepare them and how to eat the kind of food in there. Okay. So any questions from anybody? Everybody just sit down very quiet. Yes, Anne. I will unmute you. Unmute yourself, please.
I have
There
done
you
it.
go. Perfect.
I'd like to ask Fatima a question, please.
Yes, ma, go ahead.
Like when the Black people don't get enough nutrition, obviously when they're pregnant and that, does it cause other problems as well? The deterioration in the health and that.
Thank you very much. And I think the best person to actually answer this question would be Julie, because she actually worked in the field. She worked with a lot of Black minority ethnic groups in the Liverpool Women's Hospital. So I don't know if Julie, if you could answer this question, I think you'd be the best person to answer this.
But thank you for that, Fatima. It was a really good.
Thank you. That's fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Hold on for me 1 minute. Let me just try and find Julie within my list. So the ones in the panel, I'm going to try and unmute you, please. Unless you're in a noisy background, please leave it on mute. There we go. Dr. Julie, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah, I have. Thank you. Interesting question, Anne. I think probably a lot of the complications you're talking about are more relevant to the baby than to the pregnant woman. So there is some research that shows that the first 1,000 days of life, so that includes pregnancy and infant feeding, are the most important time to establish good foundations for health for the whole of the life cycle. So if we can get things right in the first 1,000 days during pregnancy and infant feeding, then that individual is much more likely to have good health for the whole of their life. But equally, if they have nutritional deficiencies in the first 1,000 days, they're much more likely to develop problems later in life. They may be more likely to develop things like heart disease or diabetes later in life. So that's why nutrition in pregnancy is such an important time.
So Julie.
Yes, go ahead,
Anne. Like obviously in these poor countries and that, I mean, if there's not the help there for them, how do they go on?
Oh, Julie?
I don't know. I don't know if she's there, but generally speaking, Julie did actually do some work in Nigeria as well. So generally speaking,
I think she herself.
Oh, okay. So
she'll go ahead, Julie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Thank you. It's not just in African countries. This is relevant to every country in the world. So, you know, I was seeing pregnant women in Liverpool Women's Hospital with poor diets who have poor pregnancy outcomes. So it's not just something that we see in Africa, we see it all over the world.
Right. And obviously, if the help's not there for them, obviously the nutrition and obviously the health deteriorates. And, you know, it's sad at the end because there's no help there for them.
I suppose it depends where you are, you know, and what you can afford. I think, again, anywhere in the world, if you can afford healthcare, then you can access healthcare. And that's the same in any country that you go to.
Yeah.
And just to interject as well, sorry, it's also important, that's why it is important that it's prevention before curing.
Yeah.
Because if they're preventing it with the food that they're eating and their indigenous food, that will then create a less need for them to access a healthcare. They wouldn't need it. I know, like, for example, my grandma, she didn't need to go to, you know, the hospital. She was fine. She gave birth. She, you know, my dad's fine, my mom's fine, you know. So it's a matter of, at this stage, is to let them know what's good, what's bad, what's to limit it. And as research has shown, that you do have to take nutrition in mind. And it's a good way to just, you know, make them aware of the nutritional aspects and how that can help them, you know, later on, and not having to go and access that medical unless they have to, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, Fatima.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Kamar, is there anything that we add to this regarding the nutritional benefits? You know, how combat the kind of food they already eat, but also which will be the medical consequences if they already eat healthily. You know, during pregnancy, which are the consequences to the baby, or what are the consequences to the mama?
Well, I mean, they and the presentation, everything they do, the fact remains simple. If mama not well, it's quite obviously picking not well. It's a simple thing, not to anything difficult to understand. If the mommy anemic, the picking depend wholly and solely on the mommy. So all the nutrition via that that umbilical cord. Through they get all what you want, and definitely not from mama. So if mama not well, mama malnourished, mama undernourished, you can still go undernourished. It's simple as that. And of course, complications will begin to occur. If you get, you know, the problems with the baby being large for dates, picking big, then it's possible to say the mama diabetic, you don't know about that. It create complication when the mommy they put to bed, where they in labor, you know. And so obviously that picking is therefore be assessed for that. Again, if the picking are small for dates, if it's too small, then maybe if they get underdeveloped, then definitely that is that will create problems at birth. Not only that, after birth could be much of a problem as well. As you say, them picking and they can bleed easily. Prematurity very high in that case than they. Not only that, the antepartum hemorrhage, what we talk about, and of course postpartum hemorrhage, that is very, very high. And not only in the first week, but sometimes even up to 6 weeks. The other thing is you can think about things like the depression where we talk about, and of course, the fact say they can get this problem with the blood pressure where they don't know about, which can lead to seizures. Now, emergency that they need for. So all of that combined, you find out they need proper assessment, proper monitoring, vigilant monitoring, so that they go avoid any kind of complication will go happen. Because without that, definitely the statistics, as you know, they're very grim, they're very, very bad. It may hardly bleed when I see that. Say Salone, they in that wrong place where you're not supposed for day. You know, 1 in 17 women. Now the key thing for me is that we need to do more. We need to do what you for do for get this thing moving in the right direction. 1 in 17 is as if to say, if you want to kill yourself, go get Belle, which is a damning indictment for me, for the state where we depart. We need for mobilize, galvanize, get the people them the education where they need, give them the signposting, go for assess this, and of course probably we need for work in tandem with the government or the people that they empower the health sector for make we improve with maternity death rate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kamara.
Thank you, Kamara.
Thank you very much. So me family them, we still dey wait for more questions from Mona, but while we wait, I been promised I go give Mr. Rashid, Dr. Rashid to be Dr. Rashid for let say
nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
for let say for let introduce himself to me. Dr. Rashid, you did that Dr. Rashid? Dr. Rashid? Okay, I'll go to Dr. Bell. Dr. Bell, you did it? Christian Bell?
Yes.
You want to say a few words for introduce yourself to the team, please, and to the audience?
Okay, at least show me face as well.
Perfect.
My name Dr. Bell. Out of Germany, specialized in obstetrics and gynecology and subspecialty in fertility medicine. I don't do fertility medicine for over 5 years, and the obs and gyns I don't do for over 10 years now. I find this forum very interesting. I mean, thank you, Madam Speaker, for the talk. That was really interesting. And you actually touch on everything. And I wish say more people that were able for listen this kind of talk, especially in Sierra Leone. And I hope say I not say when they call to the session as well. I hope say we will be able for maybe broadcast them somewhere in a salon, on the radio or TV station, or also if it's possible for extend the invitation to other people in a salon, and also the internet connection not that good in a salon, but still I'm able to get a lot of people in a salon going for connect as well. As you say, about 30 people then being attend this session, and that's actually really good. People go think it's small, but no. I mean, for me, 30 people then able for listen, Fatima and Koroma, that would I find that very great, and then I hope to be able to continue this great work and also expand so that more people will be able to learn.
Thank you very much. If I'm with them as Dr. Bell, though, are part of the team now, and they with 9 area of specialty, and we look forward to plenty sessions then from you will be able to learn because people they need for learn. And to be honest, like I see the team, we don't get a dynamic team where we get people in from different functions and different areas within medicine. So the benefits for we all, is it's immeasurable. Basically, not to something we even think of. I know lie where we start. I don't even know so we'll get all them people here, but fortunately, God don't bless we get all them brain here with we so much experience. The family this way too they get to if not pay will be the pay for them. Most of within are not able for them. So let we embrace them with one. Yeah, I don't see Dr. Rashid there with you now. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Famuda, good evening. I'm glad you for there with you at this moment. Just a little point of correction. You're not a doctor yet.
Now we can say doctor to be.
Still a medical student. But I really thank Una for start this programs. The only reason why I come abroad now for make a learn and find a way for helping people, because I talked yesterday briefly with Alfula. The situation back home at the health side is really bad, and I hope say God will bless these efforts so that we will able to team up and help the people. My own background biomedical sciences, I do a little bit of Malawi, and then I come UK continue with that in Sheffield. And then while they do medicine now as a student. So hopefully I get about a year more for growth. As I say, now for just team up and helping people then. So now, thank you very much for starting this great idea. I hope so God will help me all for helping people. Now, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. You're very much welcome. This now we own family and the people always here, some of them they way every week, now like a religion every week and they turn up, but we also can get new people them. We get people who tune in right around the world and we really appreciate them. We don't they run out of time. So what I go do, I will go around the panel for let everybody give me the last word for today. Then I will give a taster of waiting the happen next week. On no log off something they in store for the next week. So Auntie Fatima, what's the last word for people then?
Yes, so again, thank you for all the guest speakers and including Dr. Julie Abayomi, because if not for Farhan, he really supports me throughout the whole process of, my nutrition course. And, she's been fantastic. So thank you, Julie. And then also Auntie Rugi and Uncle Dr. Toure, thank you very much. Thank you for our input today. Really important, Mark, we get people then with your knowledge for able to understand within the problem we're going to face at the actual field. And also for miracle in study, please, when the time come, if when I know any Bella woman them that we community, when I encourage them for include themselves in this study, because as I say, now one of the first research where they can look on the food them where Black women then they eat and how then they affect the death rates them where would they get in the UK. So I go bring and come again, but please, when I help them, as it's really important. And that's all. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima.
Very much. Just a quick one. We get Faye. Now we missed.
Are you able to ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this Dr. Ibrahim Sandabari in UK.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I want to say, I give una pichurku. And what you call pichurku, I'm not saying somebody will understand that is excellence.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very pleased actually for hear all this information. Everything there is excellence. But the problem where I get a question where they ask or within, I think say for do or the organization for do, how far we do for make sure that this information we will not read or we don't make it do reach the four corners of Sierra Leone and to the people, especially when they language Krio, everybody there. And I believe people work out the way how we get this information filter through to them people here through the networks in Sierra Leone. I think it would be more fruitful for we. It could be very gainful for each and every one of us. I know as I talk to Nana, it is not an easy thing, especially the cooperation work for really from we own people at home for make sure say things like this go well. We are killing ourselves, we are doing everything for make sure say we care good information here from Sierra Leone, but we brother and sister. But it's not easy. So at the act sooner, let us not relent. It is not an easy battle. Let we work hard for make sure say it reach the common man where this thing meant for. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. With regards to your point, your suggestion, that's something where every show we plead to people, they appeal to people and say, because we self within the panel, we don't try and we continue they try for this go reach radio stations in our salon. Not to say we sell them, we get for free. We they take we own time for doing we not needing money from anybody. We just want to make sure so people can benefit out of this. So they ask if anybody gets any influence or channel for the reach salon. It's fine. So far, which we don't get from we research between we self is that the one let we pay or let this be aired in a salon. Now, if not the only way down there, the only have any down there for leg reach na salon, we dey work on things behind the scenes for what we see. If now something will be able to pay for afford financially, we will look at it, we try for register as a charity and look at how we'll be able, raise funds and stuff like that. We'd also look at some point in the future for let we collaborate and go salon. It let not to all we not to we all safe, but few of we will go, maybe run workshops, provide support for the hospital. This is nothing to do with politics. This is solely for benefit the people of Sierra Leone. There's a lot of people that way they died needlessly for simple things and we all waiting people and maybe go need like the awareness or the education for let them understand waiting for do and waiting up for do. We they try with the work behind the scenes and we encourage anybody else we get the interest of salon at heart. We want to come on board. Like get the what I have to say the capacity for let you can be on the show. You can walk behind the scenes and support we. Like you want be do a one-off support. That's fine. We're happy for let people and do that. Even we at the show, for example, when I go see, I introduce a lot of people, but not all man in at the panel at the moment because we know say we're all humans, we all get families, we all get other priorities. So we release people and for them to do other things them, we they need for do. Because if we do that, now it will make we all able to do this work without, let not be like for saying a work, let not be like saying a chore, let it be like saying something we would enjoy. And really we all they enjoy for doing. But the other hand, they show that flexibility. So they ask, do you anybody will get any ideas, share them with me. I will share the slide in a bit. We will show the email address and the contact number. Send them to me by WhatsApp or by email. We will look into it. We'll not say we get the unlimited funds because at the moment we try between we try to do as much as we can, but we also look in the future for a way to facilitate this they reach a wider audience now salon. I hope Stan they answer your question, sir. Okay. Miss Wugiatuba. Wugiatuba, I don't try for unmute you if you unmute yourself, please. Okay. Wugiatuba. All right. Okay, we will continue with the panel roundup. Sisi Wugi, when are your last word for people then, please?
Yeah, just want to tell Fatima thank you for a very important topic. Obviously, all the topic the way we get, they're very important, and with the show by the compliments the way they get from people, the way they just join or way don't join a couple of times, or we don't hear about this session here too. So a wonderful day, even though it's slow, but it's spreading like wildfire slowly. So Fatima, I tell you thank you, because the most important thing we all, before we did at the wall, now conceive we all. And for we did like how we did this today. Hopefully, I hope now very good nutrition where we people then eat before then they born we, and we self them born we okay, no mental health problems, physical health problems. Maybe now we as we grow up now, we see different things there for eat, we self to go down that road today. But just like how Fatima say, it's not just about where you get the layer, where you born, but say for life, we get for eat healthy food. We get for eat well, because what we they eat now, we show picking and self for eat, then self go show the young picking and for eat. But if we know they eat well, the picking the waiting and see we they eat, now self go eat. So nutrition very important, not just for pregnancy, but for the whole life continuum, because now will make we live longer, now go make we avoid health problems, now go make we mental health they're all stable, because it's not just about the physical health, but the mental health is very, 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 very important. And if fine for every session we'll get, they add the mental health day, because anxiety, depression, and any other mental health is crucial for let people understand about them. For say the physical and mental health, they're all joined together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruki, for your input.
Thank you.
Also, just for the panel, we get Faye now we missed, we come out from Cannes. This is something we interested in this program, we just don't give, and you go there in touch for see how we get to work collaboratively for reach a wider audience. Okay. Usman Koroma, we're about to round, so please make your questions short, please, sir. Usman Koroma, yes, sir. Go ahead, sir. Usman Koroma. Okay. Right. Dr. Kamara, what's your last word for the people in, sir?
Yeah, I think that's a problem with unmuting because you blocked everybody. You mute everybody. Nobody.
Yeah, I've been on mute already. I've done ask everybody for unmute, but if people are not on mute.
Ask Usman, maybe you want to say something. I see the movement, Panam. So I tell you, want to say something.
I know they hear you.
Hello, thank you so much.
Okay.
I will appreciate this. Is Usman Koroma, the talk from Freetown, Sierra Leone. The establishment of this particular and I welcome in this, especially Sierra Leoneans. So, my young concern here, since you established this one, I really want to encourage you now on our way the forward front of the organization for make una try for make an effort for establish them as well in Sierra Leone, where people in the suffer now, mostly at least 90% of people away are pregnant people away, them are victims in Sierra Leone. Now most of the hospital then beside the hospital, there are the preventions and people and they will be access to medical facilities. You know, recently in a village, somebody just born. You know, I think I'm a kid born. So it return village now, the very day that they not die. So all that thing has to disturb and it make people lost their life and our parents is there. So I highly request the authorities that are this particular organization that when I will make an effort so that I will come and implement this particular organization. When I talk to people more on the prevention then where the most of them facilities there. I appreciate you for this effort and thank you now all.
Thank you very much, sir. We will continue for try. Like what we don't see before, there's a lot of work going on in the background, in the behind the scene. We did try, and by God power, in the near future, we go make sure see this go not alone because now then we aim. The aim now follow will benefit every single union. Because some of we go sit down before doctor, waiting they tell we go barely understand. No, they not wait. No, they not wait. You know, tell me back the one day within medical, what they call a mental health. They will say go tell you see. So tell you when they don't tell you a certain news. You look at bad news. Anything else the doctor they say, you know, so all they concentrate on now is waiting and we don't tell you before already. So we'll continue to make this go salon. Okay, we'll continue to make that effort today. Okay, Dr. Kamara, you want to give last word, please, sir? We don't run out of time, sir.
Yeah, as I say, I don't get much to say, but I tell you what, the last speaker, Mr. Koroma, man, this is the essence of what to make we form this thing. You know, you break my heart when you say that somebody born today, tomorrow I die. Man, I don't even know what to say. That's not the thing I try to talk about. So I assure you, we goal now for try for reach with people. And as you can see, we are the only group where they talk na Krio. What to do, we want for let the man with this salon make able to understand. Because if now English we they talk, you can talk for anybody na here. But we decide we want for reach people in a free tongue, na salon, na the provinces in particular. So I thank you. I'm glad they say you said don't witness and you don't see for yourself, you don't hear it. So if there's any way where you feel say go for support, well, whatever connection you get, forget or whatever, we will go forget this thing for let people in hear what they say, will be absolutely over the moon. You know, it's just good for you to talk about that. For me, that me they don't get so much better because I hear you talk that. So, Ambulem, now the word that we need for galvanize yourself. And I say, Fatima, I can't thank you enough. This is absolutely pertinent to the gravity of the problem with the faceless alone. And we need for galvanize. We can't see them, we sister them, we picking them, we get picking them, they die unnecessarily and avoidably. Because if we're able to get this thing sorted out, we can actually lift this gloom. 1 in 17 women for die. For me, that is just unacceptable. Now, Gia, anything I can do, I could be grateful. Dr. Bari say something there. Again, we need avenues for try for raise this thing to a higher platform so people can go your way, you know? But please, 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 we need our support. And the more we attend, the better it is for we. But remember one thing, if you not get Wεll Bɔdi, no matter how you reach, believe you me, no will get you anywhere. So Wεll Bɔdi, now better pass Gentri. And I thank the external speaker, Dr. Julie, Dr. To be Miracle, and all the other people who we attend, and especially the one that we attend from Freetown, make them know exactly what to do. But Wεll Bɔdi, the paramount thing in life, he better pass any Gentri anybody get. Thank you so much.
Very much, sir. Dr. Ture, CC will get to, I'll come to you in a bit. Dr. Ture, your last words, please, sir.
Thank you, everybody, for a great contribution. You know, this discussion really important, very much important for people and back home. You know, not that say we not get the food in a salon or the good food. We get really good natural organic food and they. I'm not going to repeat what other people who they don't talk, but we just want for advice to people who they listen. Say we food them good, but we for take time again how we prepare the food them. Maybe will they overcook the food them, will they overuse pamine and all that thing and the food. They make the food not they be, you know, they give we the vitamin or the nutrition where we need for help. We picking them, the pregnant woman and the picking them as well. You see, so if we prepare food, Lord, we make sure we use, you know, all length and we prepare them properly, not overcook the food. You know, and the breastfeeding, we don't talk about time. Fatima don't talk about time. We know say that now almost a culture for we. The first milk, Lord, we give we picking them, let them get that kind of food day. And the support again, you know, being I don't work on a PCMH, I see man them, let them they accompany the woman them when they go deliver, or if they go to operation, accompany and go. Even if you know did if you did background, let you see waiting the woman they undergo, then you go able to get the support. You know, not just less everything to the woman them. So all then support, then the family support will get them good things and then a salon where we for utilize and make good. So I thank everybody again for and the contribution, and I hope say this program here and people will listen more and it will go at a higher height and people will and benefit from it more and more. So thanks everyone. Fatima, and a very good presentation, Andy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uncle Dr. Ture.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ture. Sisigugi Atuba, are they time for unmute you?
Okay. Hello, Una. Good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. Now just one question again is I just me want ask. Sorry, I'm just want ask like if what's in mission a program, I go look get them by like how I go able for some because at times I can either abuse you or forget. But I can one like for example this Thursday I mean get one program about COVID. I mean, once but I forget, I miss the date, you know. So I just know if I get like sideway person fit look the program again, you know.
Okay. Normally we can record the program them and we can put them on YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, I'll go share the YouTube channel in a bit.
Okay.
We go if you go there, all the programs and they will be done do in the past. You can able to go back and watch them again.
Okay.
Also, if you feel say you know, if una all feel say program they will be done do before, we go like for see again. Una send all on our suggestion, you know, feedback, additional questions and stuff. Una send them to we email or una contact with WhatsApp. We will try to get back to una. Okay, but yes, all the recording and they on YouTube. Now, few no more day when all they on YouTube, and I and we can always say before the show they begin, we can say this particular one when they record them because maybe somebody they will be the present they want the material they on YouTube or something they, for example, they celebrate with 1 year anniversary, will not be recorded one day, but most of the program they on YouTube. Okay, so I'll go to Miracle. Have you got any last word for our people? Miracle, go to me.
I just want to say thank you for the invitation and for having me, for giving me this opportunity to talk to people. Thank you very much.
Okay. So we fumble them.
Piaro, I want to inside. Shaman there.
I'll just check
please
if Antitata Wangi. Antitata go back.
2 minutes.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, I could just say thank you so much to Fatima. Another great presentation today. And really, Tawapadi Krio, you do very well.
Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody don't say everything. Dr. Ture, Wugi, everyone will support you. To Julie as well as a Miracle. Thank you guys. And thanks to everyone that's attend. And all I go say is, me fumble them as we all know, Wεll Bɔdi Bεttεh past Gentri. And so Usman Koroma, when I may invite you, and definitely we try very hard for see how we can able to move this to Sierra Leone, and they work on it where they don't there, because I free to us at the talk, they work on them and see how much we go able to get this here for we, because the other day I be there inside car and I hear way another group, they do the same thing on radio, where they present. It was so good and very educative. So if they can do it, we self cable for do that. So I try very hard and see how far we can go with that, because I don't talk to me husband about time ready for support. We meet people there, so we can know where to go there and take them from there. Yeah.
Thank you
So
very
now
much,
thank
Mrs.
you
Goodall.
to everybody that attended.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Kaloko, if you make a short for we, please, we don't really
Okay.
go over
Yeah,
time.
not so long one, Mr. Koroma. Thank you very much for the comments we make. Of course, Doc, hit on the issue. Say we'll make this purposely for Sierra Leoneans or any side, no matter which side they may the benefits through this program. But initially, we started in Manchester. We saw base. Me, when they talk to Lamina, the chairman of the Sierra Leone Organization of Greater Manchester, of course, this not a long-term vision. We want share with Sierra Leoneans. We don't want to let anybody think, say, like, me, PRO, when I the promoter of this, program, don't talk, say, we're not the one for politics, rather than anything else apart from we want the well body for people. With well body, everything is possible in life. So, Mr. Koroma, I give the opportunity. Me, when they talk to him, the chairman of the Sierra Leone organization, but unfortunately, my mama not well right now, but they travel cancer alone on Tuesday. So that don't give the opportunity. If you don't meet, we can able to talk and struck a deal. Because like how Dr. Kamara put we need people any side we side there. If you know say get influence, make use of law promote this, community, law promote, Sierra Leoneans, any side we side and they in terms of well body. So now the word done more want you. So bear in mind they come on Tuesday. So there is a good opportunity for law meets, law talk. Although they come for me, mama is sick one, but also I can do multitasking. So now the word that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kaloko. Mr. Sise, yes. I don't try for unmute you a couple of times. You continue to mute yourself, so I don't know. So we fumble them next week. They don't shoehorn me into doing a presentation next week. So next week, when I go see a lot of me, and I may present next week, and I go to deal with patient confidentiality and data protection. Basically, we're going to look at waiting, how then they look after people, patients, the information within hospital, waiting at the doctors their responsibility, which are the hospital in their responsibility for them to ensure say they look after your information. And also you as the individual, waiting at your own right. Okay, and I know we're going to talk about next week. And also social engineering, how we make sure say we manage with information online. There's a lot of things they want to do online these days. I don't need for going to somebody in bin. I go begin pick for friend that you be. I can just go on the internet. Within a couple of hours, I go know a lot of information, because most of they put information out there where we know they think twice about who that would they get into, how they get for use them, which could be the consequence if that information they land on somebody else's hand. And that we'll talk about next week. So I pray say we all be able to join we and scatter the word. Let we all be able to benefit. And this data protection I talk about not just for UK normal. I go able to talk to owner as to waiting like able to do na salon, which one I rights and responsibilities as salon as well. And I go ask few people that will join me as well next week for talk to owner and how I be able to protect owner information. And I thank you very much. My name is Temu Fuller. Till we see you again next week. Wεll Bɔdi Bεttεh past.
Sorry, Temu. Is it next week or the week after?
2 weeks from now. Sorry, 2 weeks from now. Fortnight from now. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. And we go sing happy birthday. Anybody who able to stay behind, we go sing happy birthday for Uncle Doc. I go stop the recording now. Then we, Uda get good voice because Uncle Doc, I sing happy birthday for you, believe me.